the Imperial Jump Trooper, an elite squadron within the Imperial ranks. Jump Troopers, also known as Rocket Troopers, were outfitted with jetpacks, utilised in tight spaces. They were trained to act in unison, often swarming and overwhelming their targets. Hello and welcome to Centurion's Corner, and today we're reviewing the Imperial Jump Trooper. Now this guy over the years really has kind of taken a few sort of looks from the Battlefront games, even when you watch the original A New Hope, as the Millennium Falcon's going in through the tractor beam on the Death Star, there's some sort of like Stormtroopers on the outside that kind of look a little bit like these guys, but it's not until the show Rebels really that kind of give these guys kind of like an actual look. So I guess this is one for the Imperial shelf, Rebel shelf of the Imperial, shall we say, to go against Admiral Thrawn and alike. So I'm guessing when they're doing these new packaging, this guy will eventually come out in the Rebels line. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. We've just got a standard E11 blaster up here. I don't know if there's anything else around. I mean, normally the Battlefront games always the Jump Trooper guys with the sort of like big bazookas. He's down here in a pencil drawing and looking pretty cool and dandy. He's an exclusive as well. And on this side we've got Imperial Jump Trooper, and on the back we got his bio and the pencil drawing and some random sticker down the bottom here. So without further ado, let's just crack this bad boy open. Here he is in his blister pack, and yeah, looking pretty cool. And we've got another stand. Yeah, it's free. I take it, as I've always said. They do come in handy now and again if I really want to display a figure, but it's nice to have them. But I would recommend just a thing with a little stud in it. I mean, they sculpt the little thing in the toes or in the bottom of the feet, so why they couldn't have a little peg in it, it'd be absolutely amazing. But nonetheless, we get him out, have our first little dibs, and take him away for some photos. Yeah, it looks quite nice actually. It's just nice to have a Stormtrooper again, you know, that kind of sort of gloss feeling. And yeah, I really like the orange, it's really standing out. So, or yellow, I think it's orange. But yeah, we're going to take away for a review now, meet him up with his brothers and sisters, and we'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. So yeah, this guy's pretty cool. We've just been away taking some photos, and I must admit it's another Imperial for the shelf, and I'm quite chuffed to have him, to be honest. He's really nice looking. So not really much to say about this one really. I mean, I just literally watched the Rebels season probably a few weeks ago now, and I really enjoyed it, and I really like these guys, but also really like the sort of Imperial Mandalorians as well, so I'm really hoping for a figure of one of them. But it's nice for Hasbro to actually confirm this guy into plastic range as well, because it just gives you that kind of variety of another Imperial, because we have blacks and reds and now we have the Imperials and that. And I kind of like these guys because it's got the reminiscence of clone troopers on it as well, just with that sort of extra kind of bit down the helmet and the sort of double visor part there, which is pretty cool. But it obviously just comes with one accessory, which is his blaster rifle. It's a bit of a weathered kind of Stormtrooper blaster. It's just a standard E11, but with a lot more weathering on there. And it just holds it okay. And it goes into his holster. Just there. And fits perfectly. But apart from that, it's just literally just a black series Stormtrooper. You know, there's not really much difference to it. Apart from, we got this pauldron. And this one here. And obviously his backpack with his helmet. So really looking over the articulation, his head can go left, it can go right, he can look up and he can look down. His arms can't really come up this far because obviously we've got this sort of like large extra shoulder pad. The rotation's here at the wrist. We've got the rotation as well, we can go back and forth. We've got a double jointed elbow bend, but you can't really use the full potential of it because this part here is quite sort of thick. And you've got a rotation at the wrist, and it's also on the hinge. his waist can turn. Oh, a few clicks there. He can look down and he can look back this far. His leg can't really come up. If we twist it just slightly, come up a little bit further. As we've got the upper thigh rotation, we've got the double jointed knee, and then we've got a rocker and a pivot at the ankle. So the articulation there is just slightly a little bit down from a Stormtrooper because of these shoulder pads. But apart from that, it's all right. And I never really have any, even though these guys do have double jointed elbows, you still get that extra kind of bend that just pops just into place there. So I never really have any problems with posing the guys. For his looks and stuff though, I just think he looks all right. I mean, this is all standard, just standard issue, but the helmet itself, I think it's replicated very well into kind of like realness, I guess, from the standard Stormtrooper. So we've still got the standard brow above there. This bit's not separated, and then obviously this bit here is not painted into the silver kind of sort of lines there. But we have this kind of sort of extended mohawk around to the back. The jetpack itself, there's a little bit of detail in there. It's still kind of standard Imperial issue, being just bog standard white with a few little black accents on there. And then we've got these kind of tube parts on here, and these are not removable, but they do have a little bit of articulation in there, so they can move up and down. And actually we can actually just pop this off as well, and it just pops into that sort of Stormtrooper hole there on the back, as it's an off-centered little peg. And then in here, if you wanted, it's quite an easy head pop as well, so you could easily just put this on a standard Stormtrooper if you liked, and put a standard Stormtrooper helmet on here to give him an extra kind of sort of, I don't know, a Stormtrooper Sergeant or something in your Stormtrooper ranks really. But that could just easily just pop back on and jetpack, and he's ready to fly again. And the only other sort of part differences, obviously we've got the gloss white, got all the sort of normal button bits down here and going down. And the only thing I do notice is that on his Chelsea boots, his sort of ankle kind of parts here are actually grey rather than all white. But it's the only sort of differences there I see from a standard Stormtrooper. So yeah, it's not too bad looking. So yeah, would I recommend this guy? Oh yeah, I would. Definitely for your Imperial shelf. And he just looks blooming cool, and he fits in with that original trilogy look as well. Oh my god, never wants to stand when I want to talk about him. But yeah, he's pretty cool, and I would really recommend this guy, to be honest. He just looks really nice. I think I picked him up for about £15, I think, from Star Action Figures, so he wasn't overpriced. He was just kind of nice, and I think he sort of roughly still goes for about that price. Sometimes they do a little bit of a sale. So yeah, guys, girls, thank you once again for following me. You can follow me downstairs on the Instagram, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do all that if you like. So until then, I'll see you next time. Take care.